You know, by that music, that it's time to check in with our gold medal team at the Summer Games in Paris. Lara is showing us how to vintage shop like a champion at one of the city's famous flea markets. And Lara, you took that man beside you along with you, didn't you? Couldn't resist.
I did. He tried to resist, trust me. But listen, I couldn't come to Paris and not go to their famous flea markets. There are actually several of them around the city. The one I took to James to is at a place called Puce de Vanves. And on a Sunday morning, there's no better spot to shop like a champion.
And for a novice like me, there is no better coach to start my training. And boy, was there a lot to learn.
Drum roll, please. That is not a drum roll. This is my Olympic sport, scouring one of Paris's many flea markets, showing James how I find vintage gems hiding in plain sight. If you want to bring home the gold, you'll need a keen eye and comfortable footwear. We did 5,000 steps burning calories without burning our bank accounts.
We've been to 3 stores and she's bought 4 things already. It's gonna be a long afternoon.
Put that in your pipe and smoke it.
No.
Is that a coffee grinder?
Pencil sharpener?
It's a grinder of some
grinder.
sort. We are like the flea marketing dream team because you don't really know what you're looking for.
No.
And I don't speak French.
Perfect.
So you're gonna help me negotiate and I'm gonna help you find the diamond in the rough. You ready?
I am very ready.
Let's go, come. I found something. The Lost Monet.
Something tells me that the Lost Monet is not in a box with a plastic snake in it.
Probably true, but that's the magic of vintage shopping. You just never know, which is why I always suggest asking the seller what they know.
I bought this one in the auction, and before the auction, it was in the castle in the south of France.
Really?
Yeah.
So I could be buying a piece of royalty. The all-important tip is bring cash. Cash is king. You will have much more negotiating power.
The thing for me in a place like this is you can find little trinkets, little items that will remind you of being in that place. And
Yep.
That's what's exciting. So.
That's what he says, but James is a tough customer. Why do you like these?
They say France, first
yeah.
of all. They're eye-catching, the kind of thing you can put on a coffee table.
They're very heavy. The 1970s commemorative coins, too recent.
It's not as old as I had thought they were.
No. This horse he thought he liked, too broken. His tail's about to fall off, but just don't touch it. These antique carriage bolts that caught his eye, too random. And I thought we finally had him on this fabulous silver lamp.
Well, that's actually quite cool.
Isn't that awesome?
Where am I gonna put it?
But he let this one slip away as well.
Can I interest you in some dismembered puppet heads?
No, but the thing is, for a toy collector, this is exciting because they're hand-painted. I know that they're not for you.
It's the kind of thing you might buy for a serial killer.
So another no for James and another yes for me. A pretty hand-painted vase for 15 euros, a little bronze sculpture for 10. A couple of paintings later, and I'm just getting warmed up. She was asking 80. It's signed. It's a watercolor. It's original. And she's giving it to me for 60. One of the great things about a flea market here in Paris is you can actually find the classic Parisian designers like Christian Dior and Louis Vuitton.
Nothing says France like Christian Dior.
So it pays to really look closely because in this case, I see Chanel, Saint Laurent, Christian Lacroix. And one final tip for flea market glory. If you see something you like, grab it fast before someone else steals your gold medal find. I'm holding 2 bags that are absolutely filled to the brim with, I think I have 12 things.
And I have nada. I'm just a bit picky, I think. It's difficult for me to choose.
And I'm a hoarder. I mean, I might be, but I have a lot of fun doing it, and I think you learned a lot. You did leave empty-handed.
Yeah.
I snuck away and bought you a present. I bought you this little dish. You said you liked gold, and it looked like a medal. So I wanted to give him this little peacock dish, and then I also found you a vintage Olympic pin because you wanted things that you're sentimental. So this is a 1964 pin from Innsbruck that I found you, and hopefully that will remind you of our incredible week.
Beautiful. You really shouldn't have.
I think he means that, guys.
I'm more on the James side of things. I always get overwhelmed at flea markets, but you found a lot, Lara. How are you getting it home?
That's a very good question. I'm wondering myself. In fact, one of the things I bought that you didn't see on camera was this lamp that I have dismantled. I've dismantled and I got rid of the lampshade, so that will save some room in my suitcase. A real tip is to bring a large suitcase and only fill it halfway so that you can bring your items home, and if you have anything breakable, do not check it. Put it in carry-on.
Right. You told me at one point to wrap everything in my underwear.
Yeah.
I'm not about that.
Use your dirty clothes to wrap your items. I have so many tips. I'll put them on my Instagram. He's making fun of me, guys.
It's a lot.
Do you think I'm going to get through security?
With the steak? I don't know about that.
Oh my goodness. But I do like how you call it wasn't a flea market, it was vintage shopping. I like that. It's a fancy way of saying it. Vintage shopping. Nicely done.
Well, we are in Paris.
That's right.
Bonjour.
Bye, guys.
All right.
We'll see you all.
All right. Thank y'all. Thank you both so much.